Okay, I'm sure many people won't watch this, but whatever, it's YouTube. So, there's something I've learned over my life through observing people who are morally, utterly gone, just decrepit morally, if you know what I mean. See, I have a person related to me who actually literally psychosis as having virtually no empathy, no ability to understand the emotions of others. They spend their whole time conniving and lying, and they'll even use disabled persons around them, other family members as spies. Not understanding that, of course, if you use someone as a spy who's not all there, they're going to feed you rubbish, aren't they? Which they were fed continually. They continue to try and interfere in my life. That at the moment is resulting in them being taken for a right ride financially. They don't realise that's happening. It's their own fault, though, if they keep on engaging in this. They are transphobic, racist, homophobic. They're happily friends with rapists and kiddo abusers, and they happily state they are. They don't care. They've surrounded themselves with right-wing reformy types. They put out the idea that they like that stuff. They're actually an on-record abuser themselves. And there is no end to their sort of just the rot in them, if you know what I mean. And they're very, very much delusional too. They believe that even if they do all this stuff on record, phone all these people, do all this stuff, they'll get away with it, thinking that will never be accessible by their victims, when they're wrong. There are ways of accessing that, and there are ways of dealing with that. And their belief they'll get away with their behaviour continually is partial. They deliberately hide stuff, so they know there'll be a consequence. There will be a consequence, just for the record. But what they've taught me is that there's only one kind of DEATH, really, right? See, if you pass away and the goodness and the soul in you, your compassion is alive, you don't really DIE, right? You don't, because you remain vibrant and loving and good right up until the very last moment. You see, the real kind of DEATH is the kind where your soul dies before you do, where your body becomes a sarcophagus for something rotten. In that situation, you're really no more than a ghoul, roaming the earth like some vampiric entity, sucking the blood from others, putting out a facade of goodness, just like a little black hole of a excuse for a human, sucking the life from everyone else and the goodness and humanity from them too. Oh, and money. Yeah, lots of money. If you can pretend to love a man, you can take anything from him and his now deceased wife, etc. But yeah, watching them pilot their sarcophagus through the world has taught me there is only one kind of DEATH, and you can be alive when it happens.